Hi there, it's Melissa Daphnis of Your RV Dream, and welcome to Question and Answer Thursday. What I've decided to do is, since I sent out a survey a little while ago after the summit I had, asking people if they had any questions about living in an RV or achieving their RV dream, I asked them to just list that on the survey, and I got over 180 responses to those questions. So what I'd like to start doing is answering maybe 4, 5, 6 questions in a little short video session on each Thursday so that I can cover some of these questions that you guys have and see if we can help you get started on your RV dream. So let's get started today with our Question and Answer Thursday. Okay, so I asked on the survey, if you could ask me 2 questions, what would they be? And I got a lot of really interesting responses. One of the first questions I got was, what are the legitimate ways to make money on the road? And the truth is, there's actually a lot of legitimate ways. Let's not talk about the illegitimate ways because I'm sure our minds can go somewhere great with that, but let's just leave that alone. So you can have an online business, which is something that I'm doing, and you can do anything with an online business. You can have a consulting business, a coaching business, you can drop ship products. Gosh, there are so many things to do online that the possibilities are really endless. You can also do work camping, and during the audio summit I talked to Steve Anderson of workcamper.com, and we talked about work camping, and that is basically anything you do while you're camping or RVing that is a job for somebody else. So you could be a camp host, you could go and work seasonally at Amazon.com, you could go to, they have a beet harvest during the season, and you could go and do that. You could work as a, let's see, I had to think for a second. You could work at a national park, and I know that parks like Yellowstone in particular, they hire RVers every season, every summer season, to come in and work at their gift shops and their cafeteria, to do different kinds of jobs there. They give them a spot to park their RV in. They have a meal plan for them, and they pay them for the work that they do there. So it's important to look things up. Workcamper.com with a K, WORKAMPER.com, has a lot of information on work camping, and that's something that you can do. And they give you updates on the latest jobs. You can go almost anywhere in the country and find a work camping position. You can also work remotely for an employer. Let's say that you have a job. You could be a bookkeeper virtually. You could, my gosh, you could be an agent. There are so many things you could do long distance, and it's like working from home, working remotely from home, only your home is mobile. If you're going to do it online, it doesn't really matter where you are. You could be a virtual assistant. I actually use the help from my online business of a virtual assistant who helps me with sending out emails, working with some of the software programs. You could do web design. I know there are some RVers out there that work at web design, marketing. Oh my gosh. Once again, the possibilities are endless. You could be a salesperson. You could do network marketing. I'm actually a network marketer. I sell a product, and because it's a great opportunity to meet a lot of people, I really believe in the product that I sell. I don't have to carry any inventory, and it's something I like so much. It made me look 10 years younger within a month, so I really like it. So that's also a possibility. You could be a travel blogger or a vlogger, which is a video logger, making videos like this. There are a lot of RV vloggers out there. Travel writer, and you can make money through your blogging travel website. You could use affiliate links. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of possibilities out there for working from the road. I know when I first thought of it, traveling, my dad said to me, well, you better find a job so that, down in Florida, so when you go down there, you have there to work. And I thought, there's no way. You kind of have to do it on the fly. You can plan ahead, especially with things like work camping. It's also a good idea if you're doing your own business or working remotely to plan ahead, but there are a lot of possibilities. I hope the birds aren't too noisy for you guys. I'm outside today. It's a beautiful day, a little bit cloudy, nice and warm, but I just love sitting outside. One of the most important things I want to talk about when making money on the road is it's a really good idea to have multiple streams of income, multiple sources of income. I have about 4 different sources. I still do some pet care. I had a pet care business for 23 years, so I'm very experienced in that. I can help a lot of people. I've done it at RV parks. I do it when I come home to visit my dad. Like I said, network marketing. I work online. I do a bunch of other things. Actually, not a bunch of other things, but I do some other things too, some business consulting. So it's always a good idea to not put all your eggs in one basket and try to have a couple of streams, at least a couple of streams of income. You could also write some online courses if there's something that you're experienced in and sell those online. You could write a book and sell that. My gosh, the possibilities really are endless. So let's get on to another question here. Here's another question, and I don't have the names of the people that asked these questions, so if you hear your question, go ahead and make a comment in the comment section of this video and let me know that I got to your question and if you're happy with the answer. And also, if you have a question and you'd like it answered, go ahead and put it down in the comments section here and I will add it to the list and definitely get to it and answer your questions for you. So I love this question. Why didn't I do this sooner? What was I thinking? So I don't know about the person that wrote this question, but this is a common theme among RVers. Once you start living the RV lifestyle and you have that freedom and that adventure and that travel, oh my gosh, you just can't help but think, why didn't I do this sooner? What was I waiting for? And I know some of you out there might be waiting for exactly the right circumstances and the right situation, but that's no reason to not start planning. And that's why you're here today on this video, because you are starting to plan, you are starting to do your research. So it's never too late to start and it's never too early to start. Just don't put it off until it is way too late and then you can't or don't want to do it, because that would be really sad. Never put off until tomorrow what you can do today, because you don't want to regret the things that you could have done but didn't do. So I like that comment because it's very true for RVers. Here's another question. How easy is it to find jobs on the road? And I know I just talked about working from the road, but this question is specifically about finding jobs. So most of the answers to these questions, and you'll find out, really are specific to your specific circumstances. So I'm just going to be giving general answers. If you ever want a specific question answered to your specific circumstance, go to my website, yourrvdream.com, and scroll down near the bottom and schedule a free consultation, and I will gladly talk to you about your question and try to give you a specific answer for your specific circumstances. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm here. That's why I have the website. That's why I have this RV lifestyle consulting business. I know how important it is to get the answers to your questions, because everybody has a unique situation. So what I thought about this question was, they actually said jobs. So I'm thinking they're looking for a job. You pull in somewhere, maybe stay for a month or more, maybe even a season, and get a job somewhere. That's where it's important to try and look ahead. I know there's a lot of people that snowbird and go down to Florida and they work for Disney World seasonally, part-time. They'll stay in an RV park. They might go there for 6 months, or they might go there for 3 months, and they will try to get a job at Disney World. They'll work part-time or full-time just for the season. And not just Disney World. When you talk about Florida and the Orlando area, there are a lot of theme parks, a lot of attractions, a lot of places that, like any tourist destination, are going to need seasonal employees. So if you're looking for a job, think about where you want to go. I mentioned Yellowstone. That's work camping, but it's a job. It's getting a job somewhere and working for someone. So there are plenty of those out there, especially in tourist areas during the season. So just do a little bit of research ahead of time, figure out where you want to stay, find a place with good monthly rates, and then look for a job that, you know, if it's a seasonal job, it probably won't pay a lot, but make sure that you can cover your expenses and maybe even save a little for the long term. Here's another question. What is the best way to plan travel? So here's the way I plan travel. I pick a place that I want to go, a thing that I want to see, or a place that I want to see, and I do some research about it. I find out, are there RV parks close by? Is it an expensive area to stay in? There's a plane overhead, sorry. If it is an expensive area to stay in, you might want to look kind of on the outskirts, maybe a half an hour away or so, and it'll be a little bit easier to afford. So do some research. Look it up on Google Maps. And then, wherever it is you want to go, research on Google Maps RV parks near that area. See if you can find them. You may have an RV specific GPS, and they'll tell you all of the RV parks in the area too. Then what I like to do is, especially if I have a big rig like mine is, I check on an app like All Stays. All Stays is just an app for your phone, and it'll tell you if there are any low clearances or any restrictions if you have a large RV and you can't take it in that area. So that's important to know where you're heading. When I plan travel, I use a couple of different references. Then I look it up on the Google satellite, Google Maps satellite, or Google Earth, and I can actually have a bird's eye view of where I want to go, especially the RV parks. I can see if it's just a big dirt field. Okay, there are some RV parks that say they're nice, but they're a big dirt field. There are some RV parks that are absolutely gorgeous, and you can tell it's asphalt and brick, and it's beautiful. So I always follow it up with the last step by checking on Google Satellite or Google Earth, just to look at it. You can also see, usually if there are other RVs in there, how close together the RVs are, and if it's gonna be a good park or not. So that's a good way. Another good way I always look things up is Google reviews. I love Google reviews. I look on there and see what people say, because if it was a crappy experience, they're going to write about it. If it was a great experience, they're going to write about it. So that's important to look it up. So just do your research and plan the place you want to go. That's the easiest way to do it. Plan the route you want to take, make sure it's safe for the vehicle you want to take, and then using your GPS, just go have a good time and go where you want to go. That's the best thing about the RV lifestyle, is you can go anywhere you want to go. Okay, one more question for today. This question here. She says, she or he, I'm actually not sure. I am 75. Is this a pipe dream? And my answer to that is no. There are some things that you want to consider at an older age. You might not want to sell your house. You might want to go back to your home base. You might not want to go and sell everything and go full-time and worry about an exit strategy later. That's something else I'm going to talk about one day and have a good video about, is having an exit strategy. What are you going to do when you don't feel like RVing anymore, or you're too old to physically do the things that need to be done? And there are a lot of options for that too, so it's not a pipe dream. And I tell you what, I'm small, I'm 5 foot tall, I have some problems lifting heavy things, doing heavy work. Anything I've ever needed at an RV park, I've always gotten help with. No problem at all. And I know there are other people in the RV parks that help some of the people who are a little bit older, and they might need help with something, that moving a table or something that's a large, heavy work that needs doing. Everybody is so friendly at RV parks. That's why I love this lifestyle so much. It's never too late to start. It's never too early to start. You can do it part-time. You can do it full-time. You can do it in a small RV, a small van, Class B van type of RV, and just go for a short period of time or months at a time in a van RV and go back to your home base. But it is definitely not beyond the scope of anybody. I wouldn't say that you're never too old to go. I know there are some people out there that I've talked to personally that have physical issues, and they're afraid they can't physically handle everything. And I know you don't want to pull up to an RV park and start looking around for help. But let me tell you, that's the first thing I do when I get to an RV park, because I had a great big 750-pound motorcycle that I put in the back of this toy hauler. No problem getting up in the back. I just ride that thing up in there, put it down, strap it down, no problem. Backing it out, that's a whole nother story. First thing I do when I get to an RV park is I look for a big guy and I say, "Excuse me, could you help me remove my motorcycle from the back?" And I have never had a problem to this day. I've always found somebody to help me out. They're more than willing, especially if you find somebody that has motorcycles. They're more than willing to help out. And it's a good idea anyway. You don't want somebody getting on your motorcycle who's never been on one, but I'm just saying. So those are the questions for today. Just a short little video answering some of the questions. And look forward to every Thursday. We're going to have question and answer Thursdays. So remember to like and subscribe this video if you found it useful. And go ahead and add something in the comment section down below of the video, and let me know if you found it useful. If you have a question, let me know if I answered your question today. And stay tuned for more great things to come from Melissa, me, and your RV dream. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day. Oh, and I almost forgot to have a cameo appearance from Tigger or Roo. So here's Tigger, and he says bye for today. See you next time. Say bye, Tigger. Bye.